cut that off. What's up, guys? So sorry I'm a little late on this video. Actually, I normally I'm about every Friday or so I'm uploading a video every weekend, but I've been pretty busy, been feeling really tired, a little bit unmotivated, you could say. It happens to the best of us. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I get tired, I get demotivated, I fall off the wagon, whatever. Okay, so today I want to talk about post-workout nutrition. A lot of people have been asking me about my post-workout meal, my meal, you could say, my shake especially. So with my shake, I like to have Sour Patch Kids, and a lot of you guys know or have seen that other people in the fitness industry, other fitness models or fitness icons also eat candy post-workout. And you know, people are curious as to, hey, why are you eating candy? What's the purpose? Is there something behind it? You're not the only one I've seen do this. So as you guys know, bodybuilding, or when it comes to the human body and developing our bodies the way we are, it's all down to a science. A lot of it is art, a lot of it is science. So but we don't want to get caught up too much in the science, because once you start looking at the science and putting all that into practice, it almost gets way too stressful for you to start figuring out all these metabolic pathways and the way the body functions, the way it grows and develops, and so on. So yes, we got to pay attention to those, because we need to know what's going on so that we can maximize our efficiency in the gym with our nutrition and so on. But the thing behind eating candy post-workout, especially certain kinds of candy, because the way the sugars are put together or whatever, the carbs, they get absorbed quicker in the body, so it replenishes those glycogen stores in the body, which you used in the gym to work out. So that's why we have candy post-workout. So I know that sounded a little bit kind of weird. I don't know if it maybe didn't make sense to some of you guys, but while we are working out, our body uses glucose as energy. So glucose is carbs, which is sugar. That's used as energy in the body. So while you're working out, you're lifting weights, you're doing whatever, you're burning up the glycogen, that glucose. So glucose is the readily available energy. Glycogen is the stored form of glucose. So while you use up your glucose, you're tapping into your glycogen stores to provide your body and your working muscles with more glucose. Therefore, those glycogen stores start to diminish, and really technically they never really deplete. So you and I in the gym aren't really working at an intensity where we are completely depleting our glycogen stores. We're talking about more elite athletes that are doing this. That's why you see marathoners or whatever sucking on those glucose packs, or popping glucose tabs, or maybe having them in their water while they're sipping through their Camelbacks. Those people are pretty much depleting their glycogen stores, so they're having to constantly intake glucose to have energy available as fast as possible. But for us, we're not really depleting those stores, those banks of glycogen, but we are tapping into some of those for energy while we are working out, especially if you're a little more in the intermediate advanced category. We are tapping into those stores a little more, so we have to replenish those stores of glycogen by eating carbs, and we want to replenish those as quick as possible so that we can allow for recovery of the muscle via our protein. So let's just say you are not eating enough carbohydrates in your diet, right? And you come and kill a workout and you tap into your glycogen or your glucose that's already available in your body running around. You tap into that, but you start eating too much of your glycogen, that starts running low, so you tap into your glucose bank to provide you with a little more glycogen. But like I said, you are not intaking enough carbs in your diet, and those glycogen stores start to diminish and you have not refilled them. You start to tap into protein for energy. We do tap into fat for energy, but we can also tap into protein, and that's a no-go. We don't want to tap into protein for energy because we want that to go to our working muscles. So that's why we have to have an adequate amount of carbs in our diet, especially post-workout, because we want to replenish those stores that we burnt up, and we want to replenish that glycogen in the blood that we also used up, so that when we intake our protein, the protein goes straight to the working muscles, repairs the tissue, grows and repairs, right? So that's the whole thing behind eating candy. Certain candies, like I believe it was Pixie Sticks and gummy bears, have the way the starch is made up. It's a more readily available or quick absorbing sugar. But let's just say you don't like gummy bears, and let's just say you don't like Pixie Sticks, or you cannot get a hold of those. Eat a banana, eat some rice cakes, eat carbs, period. Like, this is what I'm going back to where I said previous, when it goes down to the science. Yes, there are some sugars, the way they're put together, that are absorbed quicker, which would be the Pixie Sticks and the gummy bears. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's correct. So those are absorbed quicker than, let's just say, a banana, right? So that's what I meant by the science. If you are like, oh no, I must have Pixie Sticks, I must go find Pixie Sticks, and let's just say you can't find them, but you go on the internet and purchase like a ridiculous amount of Pixie Sticks because you cannot get a hold of them wherever you are, and you blow tons of money on Pixie Sticks because that's what the book says, and that's what you should have post-workout, or else you won't be making progress or making gains or whatever it may be. Don't go that far. Don't go to those extents. If you can't get a hold of Pixie Sticks or gummy bears, have something else. Have just a carb in general, rice cakes, banana, an apple, something. Have something. But since we, us fitness people, like to enjoy some treats as well because we are human, a lot of us go for candy because candy's good, right? Every once in a while. Personally, I like to have Sour Patch Kids, and I buy the 2-pound Sour Patch Kids like Ziploc bag or whatever, and that's delicious. I love Sour Patch Kids. Is it the right sugar that is absorbed immediately? Maybe not. I don't really look into that far into the science of, hey, is this the right sugar that absorbs quicker than fructose? Is dextrose in here, but it's not, like, you know what I mean? Yes, I know my carbs. Yes, I know all this stuff, but let's just not get that far into it, because then we just make life more stressful. It's harder on us. It's harder for you guys and all the people who aren't that involved or well educated in nutrition. If you have just a general knowledge on nutrition, you're good to go. If you know that you have to have carbs post workout with your protein, that's all you need to know. You don't really need to know that you need to have dextrose post workout, because dextrose absorbs super fast, and fructose, on the other hand, is a slower digesting, and especially if you have it with fiber, then it's even more slower digesting. Well, you don't need to know all that. It just makes things more stressful. Then you start to double guess, and you start going to extents that you don't really need to go to. For those of us that do know all the in-depth stuff, we can take some of those measures if we feel like it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But like I said, if you literally just eat some carbs post-workout with your protein, you're good to go. But we do want to have some carbs post-workout. You do want to have some protein post-workout because of those two reasons I said. Carbs will replenish the glycogen and glucose that you burnt up during your workout, and you want to replenish those. The protein goes to the working muscles to repair the tissue that was just damaged while you work out, because while you work out, you actually do damage the muscle tissue. So that's the whole spiel, I guess, about post-workout nutrition. And people have been asking me because they see that I eat candy, and they're like, wow, isn't that super unhealthy? Candy's not healthy, but literally I have one serving post-workout, which is 40 grams, which is 27 Sour Patch Kids, I believe, but they don't all weigh the same, but I always weigh my stuff, so it's always 40 grams. That was a super nerdy little piece right there. But, yeah, so I have my shake, my 1 scoop of whey, Cellucor whey, with my 1 serving of Sour Patch Kids post-workout, and then about maybe 30 to 45 minutes, maybe about like 45 minutes after my shake and Sour Patch Kids, I do have a meal because I do get hungry really fast after a workout, and the candy and the protein do get absorbed really fast. So that's really about it for the post workout nutrition. A lot of people were asking me, and so I figured I'd make a video because it was something that was, kind of causing a little bit of confusion about it. So just give it a shot. Try some candy post workout if you want to. Like I said, I do Sour Patch Kids. A lot of people do gummy bears, pixie sticks. I mean, I'm sure you can do like hell. Go grab some M&Ms. Actually, don't grab M&Ms. I guess if you do grab M&Ms, get the like peanut free. Don't get the peanut ones. You don't want to have fat post workout because fat is slower digesting, and you want to have your stuff absorb faster. So that's a little bit of the science you do want to pay attention to. No fat post workout, but go play with some candy that you really like. If you don't like candy or you don't want to do candy, do some food. Do some rice cakes. Do like 2 or 3 rice cakes post workout. Do a banana post workout. Yeah, give it a shot. It's not that important. Like I said, don't look for specific sugars that you must have. Just have carbs in general. Have a carb. If you don't like having a protein shake and you don't like having candy post workout, after the gym, go get you a meal. Go get you a well balanced meal. Get you some chicken and a sweet potato and some broccoli or something. Get you a nice well balanced meal post workout if you're not having a shake or you post workout carbs, which in this case we're talking about candy. But you should be straight with that. And I'm about to hit the gym. That's actually my buddy in that Jeep just pulled up. So let's go smash it. Take it easy, guys.